must have been killing her. Dad looked back and forth between Mom and Peter before giving up and sinking back into his chair. Fine by me. If Dotty were here, she'd be leaning over to whisper a crack about my family's ridiculous behavior in my ear. I could almost feel her wrinkled hand resting on my wrist, the cool metal band of her turquoise ring pressing against my skin. Dotty was the only one who could make me feel calm in the midst of my family's chaos. She made being a misfit look easy, fun even. But now she was gone. Right when I needed her the most. The shoddy patchwork that was my life had ripped at the seams, and I had no clue how to stitch it all back together. I needed Dotty to tell me where I'd gone wrong. She was never shy about that sort of thing. I hated that I'd never get to talk to her again. Hated that I'd have to face my 25th birthday without her. Hated that I'd only learned her real name was Eugenia this morning. Where did Dotty come from? I'd asked. No one bothered to give me a straight answer. I used the hood of Bug's knit sweater to dab at my eyes, unsure if my tears were from sadness or shame. Either way, she didn't seem to mind. Now Mom was saying something about my current state of unemployment as Tommy nodded in agreement. They were talking about me as if I weren't even there, as if I were the ghost. My shoulders sagged with grief. I was exhausted. I hadn't slept at all last night, or the night before for that matter. But that had been for a very different reason. My one-night stand with Donovan felt distant and foggy, almost like it had happened to someone else. That was probably for the best, since I wasn't supposed to be talking to him, let alone sleeping with him. I mentally retraced my steps, analyzing all the mistakes that had led me here. Had I gone to the wrong college? Accepted the wrong job? Been born into the wrong family? Probably to all three. But if I had to single out a fateful moment, one specific turning point, there was only one that came to mind. As I sat there in that cramped little office, my thoughts clouded by despair, one thing was crystal clear. I never should have gone to the beach with Marcia that day. Chapter 1. March. 6 weeks earlier. You can't go to work today. It was a Thursday morning and still dark outside. Marcia stood in the doorway of my bedroom, light from the hall illuminating the tight curls of her hair. 5 more minutes, I said, pulling the covers over my head. I was always grumpy in the mornings, especially on weekdays. I didn't exactly hate my job, but I definitely didn't like it either. Driftwood was the type of startup everyone wanted to work at after they graduated from college. The office boasted rows of ping-pong tables, a dedicated barista, and views of the Bay Bridge. And the people were nice enough. But selling software was not nearly as glamorous as my manager Raj made it sound when I'd interviewed with him. Every cold call was just another opportunity to embarrass myself. That wears on you after a while. Marcia flipped on the bedroom light with a dramatic sigh and stalked over to my bed. It's going to be 85 degrees this afternoon. Go away. She tugged my bedspread off in one fluid motion. Don't you know what this means? I grabbed Bob, my stuffed frog, and used him to shield my eyes from the blinding light, his gangly limbs dangling by my ears. Marcia tried to pitch me on harebrained schemes like this every few months. She'd decide that we needed to take a road trip back to our old college town because she was craving a slice of pizza from our favorite restaurant. Or she'd say we needed to dress up as Santa Claus and run around the city with flasks of peppermint schnapps in our boots. And once she got an idea like that in her head, she was relentless. I think this means you're dead to me. She yanked Bob off my head. Rosie? She said before pausing dramatically. I half expected her to announce that she'd been nominated for an Oscar. Today is a beach day.